ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Whole squad in the field, yeah, we tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know where to find me. I leave you dusted, I leave you behind me. I flip a switch from 0 to 90. If you do too much, I'ma do the almighty. You know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. There's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jackson on 1st down. Into the secondary, past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. Throwing is Jackson. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know,
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum has clearly shifted in their favor?
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. Now it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sam Hubbard able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. After the sack on first down, Jackson.
That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 36-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down and more for Jackson. He's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Jackson from the shotgun. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your person.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From midfield now, Burrow.
Eluding, under pressure again, and down he goes again. It was Justin Houston, a native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them,
looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Gets past one man. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
Here we go.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Jackson now. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Now Joe Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow steps away to his left. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Mixon into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Mixon again. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 37 yards. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. We know he's got... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Here's Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go. 24 is the mic. Let's go, D.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and his throw is incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Now Jackson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Check 84. Got double tight. 24 is the mic. Yeah. You don't want nothing.
Now Jackson on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Airing one out for Boyd.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Snags it for the pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals
definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Mixon will try the right side. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Being chased out left. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And a little floater there is incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Now it's Burrow. Out to his left.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Going deep here for Watkins. It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And they go play action now. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. They go play action with Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Mixon with a first down carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow escaping the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
Touchdown! Joe Mixon, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Jackson.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. Oh, Boyd, what a catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick-6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Flush to his right. Airing one out for Boyd. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And now here's another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They'll roll him out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Burrow getting this into the hands of Higgins.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first. They're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. That one looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie Odafe Owe.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Strong run, but they get to him just beyond the 40. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's got some space here. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The Bengals bring out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fielded at the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And with a new set of downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, and it's third down.
Now Jackson.
And he's got Dorsett complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Jackson to throw.
He's going deep for Brown. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one, is tempted to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and going. We may very well be headed to overtime. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take the knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Let's go, let's go.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. First throw in overtime now for Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. But I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Open to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Left side, it's Dorsett.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, Parker?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So for Baltimore, the win moves them up to 5 and 2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.